Rashi says, Ben Shmonim, Legvura is, whichever the gear says. Not that Legvuras means that a person who's 80 years old was such a giver, he has such a healthy constitution or genes that he lived till 80. But Gvura means Hashem's Gvura. Because Hashem's Gvura means, in Shemona Esrei, Ato Gibor, and we talk about Mashiach Baruch Moed Hashem, is the Ashpoe von HaKadosh Baruch, and that's Gvura. When you're 80 years old, you've basically finished. But Hashem's Gvura, a special account that Hashem opens for whatever reason, that's the Gvuras Hashem, that you're alive. That, of course, obligates you, in the spirit of my son Aaron's remarks, that obligates you for a special thanks for somebody who's 80 years old and is still vertical. So that's what I do now. Poischim b'choid Aksanya, Zev, and Rivka, that somehow, for some reason, there are three of us. I have two sons here in Los Angeles, and I have my own house, and I have other houses of the family. All the simchas that, all the gatherings that are in their house. And it's not because that they do things differently than others. You see this picture?
None of us noticed it.
The eyes is here, and the foot is over there. Do you see that? But this is the house that they put in this picture, and it's on the wall, and could you move it a little bit? Do you see what it says?
This Rami.
Do you know what it says? Rami made it? Oh!
Oh no, I thought it was him.
The Stom Nachas from Rami is doing the things the way you do. Okay, whatever. I could, it would be difficult to stop if I'm mentioning it. But somehow everything goes, and that's what makes this house very receptive. You could come, let's say Shabbos, dressed in a kapota. You could come in shorts, or you could come just with one red shoe and with one yellow shoe. You are accepted, and you made feel at home. So, it's a wonderful Aksanya, it really is. I want to express my thanks, and I'm glad that Aaron did it very dramatically. I want to express my thanks to Hashem for when you're getting older, you're moving down, and if there are strong brakes, so the car does not slide precipitously fast, slowly. Kadosh Baruch Hu, I want to thank Hashem for giving me brakes. That's Shulamis. That's a break in my life, and she puts in brakes on my 80's. I don't slide so fast is so precipitously.
Whenever I drive over 80, my wife tries to slam the brake.
Aaron,
You didn't learn your lesson in Pismo Beach?
Certain things
We
people
all
don't
learned
know.
this lesson.
No, that wasn't 80.
Whenever I drive by there,
That was 3
That was
digits.
180.
Morning.
it was not 180, but it was 89.
I was just waiting for
If you want to be exact. I had, you know, when you get to this age, you get mishaps, and they were very, very bad. But if not for Shalamis, they would be tragic. So
You would have risen
I
above
want
your own.
to thank Hashem. That's following in our spirit. I want to thank Hashem for having wonderful children. And I'll repeat what I said last night, that when the Rebbe, when the Rebbe came, left Russia out of jail and crossed the border to Austria, meaning Austro-Hungarian Empire, in Galicia. You notice, so all the Jews from the first town that he came, I do not know the name of the town. Every single Jew came out, and was a little boy that was standing in back of the Rebbe and kept on looking in his back. So the Rebbe turned around to the boy to say hello. To see what he wants, and the boy went again in the back. Up to a point, the Rebbe asked, "Was willst du, mein Kind?" And the boy answered. He says, "We heard a cheder from the Rebbe that the Rebbe says that today will come a man who is a malach. A Rebbe who is a malach. But a malach, I learned, has 6 wings. And I looked so I was going to look to the back of the Rebbe, and I see no wings. So the Rebbe smiles and he says, points out to his 6 children, these are my wings. These are my wings when I fly. I could fly very high. Those 6 children were Rebbe's. Last night I remember only 5, and then I remember the 6th much later. One was the Chortko Rebbe, where 99% of the Rabbonim in Poland were Chassidim of Chortko, Rabbonim, not Rebbe's. And there were over 100 Rebbe's every Shabbos at the table in Vienna. One was the Chortko, one was the Sadugura, Sadegera. One was the Buyaner. One was the Usyatiner. One was the Shtifaneshter. One was the Loyever. Those are the 6 wings that this Rishner Malach had. I have wonderful children, and if I sometimes forget that it is, that fact, yesterday was reminded of how wonderful the children are. So I want to thank Hashem for that. I want to thank Hashem for something that Aaron mentioned, so timely, that in Russian, and I am a Russian, and I was told by many that I never left Russia, and I'm proud. That was not an insult, it was a compliment, and I'm very proud with this compliment. That in Russian, there's no word cousin. The word is brat, a brother. Brother of the second degree brother, but a brother. Whenever I come to Yerushalayim, I never fail to spend time with all the brothers of the second degree get together. Usually it's Moiseikus house, and we sit, and we sing, and we talk. You remember most of the night. So I thank Esther for engineering that video. There were all the words that I heard on that video. Those are familiar words, because when we get together, we say those words, different variations, different personalities, different vodka at the table, different, but the words are the same. I want to thank Hashem for this large line of support. I feel strange, and I feel guilty that people get together at home, at the house. Bishop was also in the house, saying all those compliments. Okay, most of the compliments are kind of, that's the right thing to do. Shalom has bought me a 80 years old birthday, 80's birthday card. And while she was there, that was, where was it? Yeah. CBS.
It's a plug?
That makes a big difference.
She also saw a 90 birthday
And 100.
and 100,
Wow.
and she bought him just in case.
Cheaper today.
It was a sale. She bought
The
it.
price of one.
Basically, we're not much different, you know. It's just the numbers were different.
Maybe the size of the letters.
No, actually, they were the same size, different colors. Yeah, different colors. So I feel guilty when people get together. Children, okay, they have to, but the strangers. So I thought I'll say on Dvar Torah. It's late, I know that, and anyone who feels like walking out, I will not get insulted. I will, but I'll say I'm not insulted. Did you give it back? I mean, you don't give so there are not so many customers for that. We will start with page number 1. On the top is number 3, so let's start with page number 1. Please start page number 1. We make brochas, a mitzvahs d'Rabbanan. We make brochas, a mitzvahs d'Rabbanan. Comes Hanukkah soon. We say Baruch Ato Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kitshonu mitzvosav v'tzavonu ladik ner shel Hanukkah. What bracha do we make? Do we make the bracha on Hanukkah? The Gemara says asher kitshonu mitzvosav v'tzavonu. Hashem commanded us Hanukkah. Hashem didn't command us Hanukkah. Hanukkah did not exist in the Torah. My Echad Tzivono, the Gemara says, where is the Tzivono? Tzivono, because it says mitzvah lishmoa ledivrei chachomim, it says a posuk says Yamin is small, psukim. So the brocha, is the brocha on the Chachomim or the brocha Zachanaka? So look where it says Aleph, that's the Rambam. V'chein kol mitzvah she'em et divrei sofrim v'mitzvah she'i choiva midivreim k'gon mikra megillah adlokas ner b'Shabbos adlokas ner Chanukah ben a mitzvah she'ein a choiva. It's not an obligation to do k'gan Eruv Chatzeres, Eruv Tavshilin, Netilas Yadayim. It's not a mitzvah to do Netilas Yadayim. You want to eat, you make a brocha Netilas Yadayim. If you don't want to eat, you don't make a brocha. Chanukah you have to make, but Netilas Yadayim you don't have to make. Kigan, Mevorech, ala kol, koidem lasiyosem, before you do the mitzvah, ashik shonim misvoiso, mitzvona laases, ve'echan tzivonu. Where did Hashem commanded us those things? They're not in the Torah. Hanukkah came with Chashmonoim. Megillah came from Esther. Kisvuni Lidoires. She had to fight with the Chachomim. Netilas Yadayim. Eruv Chatzeres, Shlomo Melech, they're not in the Torah. Ve'echan tzivonu, but Torah, shekosel bo, and the Torah says, Asher yomer l'chot ta'aseh, kol asher yomer l'chot ta'aseh, whatever the Chacham say, that's what you should do. Nimtzo inyan advorim atzor kach. So the pshat is this way. Asher kitshonim etzoiser, shetzivo bohem lishmoya me'ele. It's a mitzvah to listen those that commanded l'adlik ner shel Chanukah, likris es a Megillah, v'shar kol ha-mitzvahs shemedivrei sofrim. So the brocha is not on the mitzvah. The brocha is on the Chachomim. You make a brocha, you to lishmoy l'divrei Chachomim, that's what the Chachomim say, that's what you should do. That's one pshat in the mitzvah. Look on the top, which is base. The quotation that I have on the paper is from Sfas Emes. Sfas Emes in Masechta Sukkah. Here's what Sfas Emes said. Ladlik ner shel Chanukah echen tzivonu the Gabelulav Lodayach Gemore Ochi. The Gemore never has the Kasha Echad Tzivona, which says in the Torah. You should ben Shlulav, Arba Minim. Mishum Deshapir Shayach Loimer V'Tzivonu. Al Mitzvah Lulav. Kiven the Iker Mitzvah Lulav Deraisa. Lochein Shayach Nami Alet. Chachomim. So if the Chachomim says not only the first day but the second day, the Gemara is not asking Echad Tzivonu, because the mitzvah of Lulav is mentioned in the Torah. Kol Zayin Etilas Lulav. Aval B'Chanukah, the Leka Klal Be'orais, Op She'echad Tzivonu. So then the Gemara says, where is that from? Echad Tzivonu. Hashem never told us anything about Chanukah. Lulav, Hashem told us, so the Chachomim extend, that's okay. The Tiratz HaGemorah, Maloi Toser, the Shed of the Torah, La Toser, Chashayom Lachom. So that's the Chachomim. So the Chachomim told us about Chanukah. V'yeged Cho Pirush, Midek Siv Loi Toser, Mishemocho Asher Yagido Lachom, V'chein Sha'al Avicha, that's another posek. V'yaged Cho Mashma Sheyagidu L'cho Rotzen Amokim Baruch Hu Midelo Ksiv Min Adover Asher Itzavo Oischo V'ksiv Asher Yagidu L'cho. Sfas Emes says Medayik, it doesn't say, this is Mashma from the Rambam, the Chachomim told you to do that, so you do it, the mitzvah, the brocha, and the Chachomim. Yagid L'cho, but it says It says Yagid Locho. They're gonna not command you to do something. They told you something. What did they tell you? Machiach shetiknu yatziv choisav v'ksiva sheyagid Locho muchach. From this we learn the ma shetiknu en meshilihem. Hashem, they told you what my will, what Hashem wants in that particular time. In Hanukkah, He wants the Jews to the Hanukkah. Yagid Locho, they tell you that you would not know what Hashem wants. The Chachomim do know, and they tell you that at this particular time you should do Hanukkah or Megillah or Mishaliyim Yagid Locho Ritzoy V'Shayach Shaber V'Tzivon V'Ho Dachad. Okay, and then he says why this one learns from this posik, this posik. So this Fasem is, I don't know why it doesn't quote the Rambam. The Rambam says differently, but this Fasem says the pshat is that the brocha is not on listening to the Chachomim. The Chachomim didn't even tell you on their own to do this or to do that. They simply informed you what Hashem wants from you in this particular time, and He wants you to do Hanukkah. So the brocha is on the mitzvah, not on the Chachomim. Baruch Hashem, I found Yerushalmi in Perek Gimel and Soite, Machlokes Rav and Levi. One says the Nusach is Baruch Ato Hashem, Hashem Tzorsa B'Tzavonu L'Divrei Sofrim, like the Rambam, although we say Hashem Tzorsa Hanukkah, not Agnesh Hanukkah, and that Hanukkah is mentioned. He says no, you just say Sofrim, that the Rambam. And one man over says you say it on Hanukkah. That's like this for sense. So there's machloikes in understanding of this, of the brocha on the mitzvah. Let's turn to page 3, which is on the top, and that the difference la aloha between this pshat and that pshat is the nesivas. The nesivas on the first page of the third part says. Turn one page back. Look at the nesivas on the right side, on the letter Gimel on the top. It says, without 3 lines from the bottom, Ve'efsher av b'surah. Let's go further to the left side. It says, Mikol Mokim, the Yisur the Rabbonon, Ein sorach shum kapora. If you do an avera b'shoyik to the Rabbonon, you don't need any kapora. In the Rises, you need a kapora. Bazmasha b'samigdash kai, you bring a korban. After the churm b'samigdash, you do other things. We don't do him anymore. But it says in Svorim how many days you have to fast, and so on. Ein tzorach shum kapora. Kihilo loy over domi. You do something b'shogek is like you didn't do anything. Teida, the Amrinan be'ereven gemore ereven, medrabonan avdina nuvda v'hakach mosiven tiyuvda. You could do it without knowing exactly, investigating exactly what that law is. Says the Nesivas that b'shogeg there is no avera at all. It's not an avera b'shogeg. It's no avera. That's totally. If it is like pshat, like the Rambam says, that you make the brocha on the chachomim, you have to listen to chachomim, and you over in the chachomim b'shogeg, you're not over the chachomim. Chachomim didn't tell you anything. Because you did it b'shogeg, you were not aware of it, so the Chachamim weren't talking to you. But if the brocha is on the mitzvah, that means mitzvah derabonan is a mitzvah, then you were over b'shoyik something, and you do need kapora. The Pirush on the bottom from don't know which Rosh Yeshiva, but it's today. Nowadays Rosh Yeshiva puts it in the language of Isser Gavre and Isser Hefzer, which is the same thing that we're talking about. So the difference between these two Malchim will be this Nesivas. I read somewhere that the Goen once moved a muktzah on Shabbos b'shogeg when he realized that he fainted. So if we learn Pshat like the Rambam, there was no reason to faint. You didn't have to faint. But if you learn the Pshat like the Sfasemes, okay, you have to faint. I mean, you don't have to faint, but you faint. I mean, you actually do have to, whatever. I don't know if you have to faint or if you don't have to faint, but you faint. So if you do on the very bishogi, the Goen fainted. So that's the difference, la halacha. Now we could go in interesting lomdes machlokes Rambam and Ramban, and I prove from the Nusach and Sefer HaMitzvah Rambam Ramban that indeed this machlokes, but I'm not going to impose this on you now. It's 90 it will continue.
I'll save the papers.
If I'll still be vertical or if I'll still be. I just said that beginning of the Dvar Torah, just to remove the guilty feeling, make fool of himself. 8 years old, these people celebrate, okay, the children and others, the things. All right, no complaints. I had a wonderful Shabbos. Not only from my daughter who came from Yerushalayim, and she basically engineered most of those things that not only the Grumman, but this program, and
I just ordered it. They
you
didn't.
just ordered it. She not only Aaron with his Dvar Torah that came from the other side of America, and Malki, with whom I talk for the past 6.5 years, every morning at 5 o'clock. But even the locals, you know, the David, the Zev, there was Zev who made this whole thing. I had a wonderful Shabbos. Still, I feel a little funny. Was machst du narrisch? And I thank Hashem for everything I mentioned, and keeping in mind this Rashi, that after 80 you live on a chesm of Hashem, Gvuras, not your own Gvuras of Hashem, and his small, short list of people that live after the 80. I thank you all, and of many simchas.
Amen.
יישר כוח.
Before we mention, I want to first
Der
thank.
Domininik hat gewollt, dass alle sollen mitwehren, und keiner soll können sogar 2 Wörter. Nur, weißt du, alle ältere Jiden wollen wasen, also ich schluf noch nicht.
You're right.
Teuer Pinchas, se macht sich in jüdische Mischpuches werden geboren Kinder. Nur se macht sich zwischen die Kinder zwischen sie wird einmal geboren ein Samen selten Kind. Ich schön, ich krieg. A dusse gewinnt die Mitte von unser Imeninik. Itale. A selten Schenkel. In sehr lichtiger Kopf. Und sie hat geboren als Aminingele. Sie macht sich bei der Rabunen ist nicht, wo sie können lernen ein Blatt Gemurre. Sie wissen, wo sie zieht sich auf der Welt. Sie wissen, wo sie zieht bei der Front. Sie wissen, wo sie zieht bei der Schreinen. Ein seltener Kopf. Ein seltener Gedanke. Der Imeninik hat dann gewollt reden, als sie viel, als alle anderen sollen sein Schwaben. Und der alte
It's not a
Jid
bad idea.
mit grove Beard. Vielen Wasser, sie schlufen noch nicht.
Come to think of it, yeah.
Mir, ich will auch sagen, auf Jiddisch verstehen du alle?
Ja, ja.
Yo.
Sie macht sich, als zwischen der Rabunen ein Chitzdin, wo sie können lernen, ein Blatt Gemurre, wissen, wo sie zieht sich auf der Welt. Sie wissen, wo sie zieht sich bei der Schreinen. Sie wissen, wo sie zieht sich bei der Front. Und mit der Samen Plemenek, mit der Samen Front, versteht sich, als mir barimen sich. Mir barimen sich, als zwischen unsere Kinder wird geboren als ein selten Kind, wo sie den Buche in keinem Vasala alle andere Rabunen, was sie mit darf lernen, nach Blatt Gemurre. Nur sie wissen, wo sie zieht sich auf der Welt. Sie wissen, wo sie zieht sich bei den Schreinen. Will ich auch sagen, ich will auch noch einmal lieber chasern, als mit zusammen Kinder mir Iden keine Sarbalim.